I will make a claim that offends drift. Success is not hard. It is specific. Most people work themselves weary while avoiding the one decision that would save them years. If you've been busy, broke, and baffled by slow progress, I know exactly why. It is not talent, luck, or timing. It is a missing command to your own mind. Give me a few minutes, and I will hand you that command, clear and usable today. Here is the paradox. The more goals you juggle, the less prosperity you hold. The moment you choose one purpose, your opportunities multiply as if by conspiracy. I've seen it in tycoons and in clerks. Clarity pulls results like gravity. Right now, test me. Name one outcome, one deadline, one service you'll render. By the end of this video, you'll have a sentence that starts your turnaround tonight. This is not motivation. It is mechanics. Your subconscious mind obeys what you repeat with feeling, specificity, and proof. I will show you the exact words, the daily ritual, and the 30-second audit that never lies. If you felt stuck, good. Stuck is simply undecided. Decide with me now. Then watch how quickly confidence answers when purpose finally takes the wheel. Without this purpose, success is impossible, and I state that without apology. I learned early that prosperity does not answer noise. It answers clarity. When I set a definiteness of purpose, the power of the mind quit drifting. My subconscious mind began arranging people, ideas, and opportunities on schedule. Call it infinite intelligence if you like. I call it disciplined aim. I have watched talented men fail and ordinary men rise, and the difference wasn't talent. It was the mindset of success, a stubborn decision to move in one direction only. Once the choice is made, hesitation loses its grip and motion becomes natural. Prosperity is merely the dividend of unwavering intention paid over time. Miss the decision, and even your best efforts scatter like leaves in the wind. So hear me clearly, purpose first, everything else follows. Goals become coordinates, habits become the vehicle, faith supplies the fuel. When the aim is precise, luck becomes a very predictable visitor. If your progress feels slow, it is not your potential that is lacking, it is your aim. Now ask yourself with candor, what single purpose is commanding your mind today? I know the feeling of working long hours and watching the needle refuse to move. You check tasks off a list, yet your prosperity does not advance an inch. That is not laziness. It is drift, energy without a destination. When the mind lacks definiteness of purpose, the subconscious mind cannot organize. The power of the mind turns into scattered sparks instead of a steady flame. I have witnessed men collect advice like souvenirs, still poor in decision. They chase trends, swap goals weekly, and call it strategy. But the mindset of success demands a single commanding aim, not 50 wishes. Without that aim, fear and doubt become your informal managers. They schedule your hesitation, and they invoice your future. Test yourself now. Choose one arena: income, study, health. State one measurable target and one price you will pay beginning today. For income, I will earn $X monthly by mastering Y skill and serving Z market. For study, I will finish this certification in 90 days, 2 hours nightly. For health, I will walk 8,000 steps daily and sleep before 11 p.m. I spent 2 decades pursuing a single question: what makes prosperity repeatable? At the urging of Andrew Carnegie, I interviewed more than 500 high achievers, industrialists, inventors, statesmen, men who treated results like a science, not a rumor. From them, I distilled a mindset of success you can test in daily life. Not theory, patterns, principles, cause and effect you can bank on. What did I discover? The power of the mind shapes material conditions. When the subconscious mind receives a clear command, action follows with less friction. Call it infinite intelligence or disciplined focus. The label is unimportant. I watched definiteness of purpose turn average ability into uncommon performance. I watched drifting men find direction the moment a single aim took the wheel. Carnegie was blunt with me: organize these laws so anyone can apply them. So I did. Faith, persistence, organized planning, autosuggestion, specialized knowledge. Together they form a practical system for value creation and ethical ambition. Used correctly, they convert burning desire into organized action and measurable gains. Which brings us to the first law that unlocks the rest: definiteness of purpose. I learned that prosperity begins the moment I make one decision non-negotiable. Definiteness of purpose is not a wish. It is a command to the subconscious mind. When I give that command, the power of the mind stops drifting and starts building. Faith and discipline become allies, not ornaments, and results turn from luck to pattern. Call it infinite intelligence if you will. I call it a clear address for opportunity to find me. A desire says, a hope. A purpose says, I will, here's the plan and the price I'll pay. A desire buys books. A purpose schedules study and measures skill by the week. A desire dreams of income. A purpose defines a number, a market, and a service. A desire wants confidence. A purpose earns it through daily, organized action. This mindset of success is simply desire upgraded to leadership over one's own mind. If you need a starting pattern, use mine: one aim, one plan, one daily proof. One aim, the single outcome I pursue until complete. One plan, steps I can execute today. Calls, pages written, reps done. One daily proof, a tangible act that tells my mind, we are moving. Fix this as your north, and you'll see why my next warning is so severe. When I lacked definiteness of purpose, my days looked busy and my results looked empty. Drift invited fear to manage my schedule and doubt to audit my plans. The power of the mind, left without orders, served whichever distraction shouted loudest. That is how promising men become spectators of their own potential. Prosperity does not visit the undecided. It passes them by, politely and permanently. I observe a pattern so cruel it felt mathematical. No purpose, no priority, no progress. The subconscious mind needs a single command, or it rehearses anxiety on repeat. Without aim, you bargain with hesitation and call it being realistic. But realism without purpose is only a slow surrender of ambition. This is the warning I offer without sentiment. Drift is failure in installments. If you recognize this, do not curse your talent, install leadership in your mind. One clear objective, one written plan, one daily act that cannot be skipped. That alone begins to restore faith, discipline, and organized action. Soon you will see how infinite intelligence seems to arrange coincidences in your favor. And to prove it, let me tell you about the conversation that set my compass for life. Andrew Carnegie looked me in the eye and asked a question that froze the room. Do you have a single purpose, or are you merely busy? I answered, then he asked again, slower, until my words matched a decision. He explained that industry, capital, and talent obey the mind that knows its aim. That day I understood the power of the mind requires a target or it wastes its powder. My mindset of success began with that pressure to choose one direction. Carnegie challenged me to study high achievers and extract a science of prosperity. Not gossip, principles a young man could apply before breakfast. I accepted on the spot because definiteness of purpose had just taken the wheel. From that moment, my subconscious mind searched for patterns, not promises. Call it infinite intelligence or disciplined focus. Either way, my results got obedient. Here is the distillation of that meeting. Aim first, then organize plans, then move daily. A clear purpose invites allies, mentors, and opportunities you couldn't schedule. An unclear purpose invites delays, detours, and cheap distractions that look like progress. Carnegie knew this, and he made sure I felt it, not just heard it. If you doubt your aim right now, I have a 30-second test that settles it immediately. In 30 seconds, I can tell whether my mind is led or merely busy. I set a timer and write one sentence. I will accomplish X by Y date by giving Z in service. If the words hesitate, I have a wish. If they flow, I have definiteness of purpose. The power of the mind obeys clarity the way a compass obeys north. This is my audit, fast, merciless, and freeing. I then ask a second question. What price will I pay daily, beginning now? If I cannot list a daily proof, my subconscious mind has nothing to build on. So I choose one act, 10 sales calls, 2 hours of study, 800 words written. That single proof anchors faith and invites infinite intelligence to organize resources. The mindset of success is simply desire escorted by duty. Try it with me now. 30 seconds, one sentence, one price. Income. I will earn $8,000 per month by mastering direct response offers for local clinics. Health. I will reduce my waist by 2 inches in 60 days by walking daily and tracking protein. Study. I will pass the AWS exam in 90 days by studying 2 hours nightly. If that felt hard, good, because the next step makes it simple to create the purpose itself. I begin with a statement that refuses to waver. I will accomplish this thing by means of this, by providing this service. I choose a target I can measure, a date I can circle, and a service I can deliver. Then I list what I will give in exchange: time, study, capital, discipline, paid daily. This turns desire into leadership over my own mind and habits. Vagueness leaves, organization enters, momentum follows like a well-trained assistant. Let me offer simple models. Income: I will earn $10,000 per month by building offers for dental clinics by March 31st. Study: I will earn the project management certification in 90 days by studying nightly for 2 hours. Health: I will lower body fat by 4% in 12 weeks by tracking protein and walking 8,000 steps daily. Notice each carries a number, a deadline, and a service or method. That precision gives the subconscious mind rails to run on. Next, I write a one-page plan: skills to acquire, people to serve, proof I will produce today. I prioritize 3 actions that cannot be skipped and schedule them before noon. I prepare a scoreboard: calls made, pages written, clients pitched, so progress is visible. By night, I review the day and reset the next 3 actions. This is how a purpose becomes a living contract, ready for the daily declaration that powers it. Every morning and night, I speak my purpose out loud, with feeling and precision. I state the exact result, the deadline, and the service I will render in exchange. Repetition with belief is not superstition. It is the power of the mind being trained. The subconscious mind accepts commands that are emotional, specific, and repeated. Do this consistently, and infinite intelligence begins to supply methods and allies. Here is my 60-second routine. I write my purpose slowly, then twice with emphasis. I visualize the result as already mine and feel the prosperity that follows. I list 3 actions for today, non-negotiable proofs, and commit to them verbally. I thank every person and resource already moving in my direction. Then at night, I review the proofs, correct course, and speak the purpose again. Why does it work? The mind hunts what it rehearses. Focus grows where attention returns. Autosuggestion installs a mindset of success by turning desire into daily leadership. It burns away doubt because action is promised and delivered before excuses wake. Within weeks, you notice opportunities that were invisible when you drifted. Hold this line and watch definiteness of purpose recruit courage for the next battle. I learned that the loudest jailer of ambition is not failure. It is the fear of criticism. When I drifted, I rehearsed every objection before I took a single step. The power of the mind, when left unmanaged, magnifies doubt into doctrine. But with definiteness of purpose, my subconscious mind receives one order only. It stops negotiating with fear and starts negotiating with opportunity. Criticism once made me delay plans until they grew cold. Then I discovered that a clear purpose gives me criteria, not crowds to please. I ask, does this action advance the single aim I chose? If yes, I'll move now. That is the mindset of success. Decisions by purpose, not by applause. Soon, courage stops feeling dramatic and starts feeling like routine. Here is my simple antidote. First, I write the one result, deadline, and service I will render. Second, I list today's 3 proofs and execute them before noon. No debate. Third, I record a daily win, however small, to teach my mind that progress is normal. Within weeks, infinite intelligence seems to supply allies and openings I could not time. With purpose installed, fear becomes background noise, and confidence a daily companion. When definiteness of purpose takes command, clarity replaces noise. I wake knowing the single result I'm building, not the dozen I'm juggling. The power of the mind stops asking, "What should I do?" and starts asking, "What advances the aim?" Action becomes the proof of belief. Belief grows because action keeps showing up. This is how the mindset of success matures, quietly, then obviously. Clarity produces action. Action produces confidence. Confidence attracts opportunity. That cycle is not poetry. It is organized planning meeting daily persistence. My subconscious mind begins returning ideas on schedule, calls to make, people to serve. Infinite intelligence seems to arrange timing I could never force. Doors open because my knock is consistent and my purpose is audible. Here is how it looks in modern life. An entrepreneur stops selling everything to everyone and scales one offer, one niche. The student stops hoarding courses and completes one certification that raises his income. A debtor writes a payoff plan, sells unused items, and tracks every dollar weekly. Different stories, same engine, a definite aim commanding a definite plan. Without this purpose, success is impossible. That is my warning and my invitation. Choose one aim, name your price, give your service, and let your mind obey the order. Read it morning and night, prove it before noon, record a win every evening. Do this for 30 days and watch confidence replace doubt like sunrise replaces fog. Prosperity favors the decided, always has, always will. If you found clarity today, protect it. One aim, one plan, one daily proof. Teach your mind what progress looks like, and it will deliver more on schedule. And if you still feel hesitation, good, courage exists to escort you through it. Return to your declaration tonight. Let it command your subconscious mind again. Now for what comes next, I'll open the page where my own transformation began. In our next episode, I will take you to the exact conversation that sparked this philosophy. You will hear the challenge Andrew Carnegie gave me and the 60-second decision I had to make. It will show you why a single commitment can reorganize a lifetime of effort. If you intend to prosper, join me there and bring your purpose with you. Subscribe and stay close. The master key turns further with each chapter we open.